3 minutes. You can come up to the microphone in front of us, and you'll have 3 minutes to say whatever you want to say. Please give us your name when you come up, and then we will address the citizens' comments at the end of citizens' comments. It's not a back and forth dialogue. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. How are you doing?
Good morning.
I'm Connie Green, President of the Tax Redevelopment Advisory Committee in South Brooksville. I only have one issue this morning, and it's the bus stop in South Brooksville. The bus stop in South Brooksville was first introduced in track in June of 2022, and it's been on our agenda on a monthly basis, so it's been discussed. And it came out of a survey that we did of the community that is much needed. Since then, I have interviewed several people who ride the bus, and they have their own ideas of where a bus stop should be. Currently, it's been looked at as being at the community center or the sheriff's substation. The community is not aware, excuse me, I'm a little nervous this morning, I'm sorry. The community has not been fully informed of this bus stop. I have voiced my information to Mr. Rogers, our county administrator, and I've also spoken to Mr. Poole from Transportation. I only spoke to Mr. Poole for the first time on February the 2nd. Since then, no one from Transportation has come to the track meetings or our community conversation meetings to let us be at the table as residents of South Brooksville, so we'll know what's going on with this bus stop. And we don't know what route it's going to take or whatever. None of this is known to the residents per se. Mr. Poole will be attending our next track meeting on February 23rd, he says, which will be at the sheriff's substation at 6 o'clock. So hopefully, I know because of Sunshine Law, only one of you can attend if perhaps you can be there. And so we're hoping that the community will come out. Now, at the last BOCC, it was stated that there's been no location for this bus stop. And Mr. Poole told me on the 2nd that there was no final location for the bus stop. However, Mr. Rogers announced on last Thursday that there's a permit for the bus stop at the sheriff's substation area. So that would tell me that there is a location. These decisions are being made without me being known as a representative of South Brooksville. Decisions are being made without the input of the residents. The people who are making these decisions are not listening to the residents of South Brooksville. I put it out there. I've been trying to talk to the people who are making these decisions, and again, we are not heard. So I'm asking you not to make a final decision until our meeting track on the 23rd to listen to the residents. Thank you.
Thank you. And as you said, Mr. Poole was going to be at the next meeting, so he's going to let know.
Good morning. Aaron Poole, Development Services Director for the record. With regards to the bus stop, the community has been heard to have a bus stop in the South Brooksville area. Specifically, we're looking to make sure that we have one that is east on MLK on the other side of the railroad tracks. Currently, we have some on the other side. So as far as listening to the community, we worked with our operator, or RepDev, who operates our bus under contract for the county, and we inspected the entire area of MLK all the way to the tracks and all the way to Jefferson. And looking at those areas, we found one area that will allow us to immediately move forward with a bus stop in the area, but we'll have to partner with the city of Brooksville, so we currently are working with them to have permission to place the bus stop there. It's all the way at the end near Muhammad Ali and MLK. So as that moves forward and we receive that permission, we can immediately have a bus stop there. That does not preclude us from moving forward with additional stops in the future that will require improvements for safety of riders and allow the bus to exit the travel lanes at times. So at this point, we found a safe location. We will listen to the community and see what can happen in the future. Our immediate concern was to get a bus stop in that area, and we can move forward with others as the safety allows with the improvements and the route matching allows for the timings of the routes, because we have to time 2 or 3 different routes to meet all at the same place at one time. So I will be going to the track meeting on the 23rd to hear the citizens' comments there, but we move forward with bus stops for our community, not individual riders. So that is the only thing at this point to express.
Okay, thank you. Commissioner Hawkins is first.
Good morning, sir. Thank you for that explanation. Ms. Green, thank you for meeting with me yesterday and going over this particular item. One of the things I do have a question on, so the current route runs south on Main Street, correct? And then it's going to turn left on MLK, proposed, and then pick up at that spot, turn, and then make a U-turn, basically on Jefferson, and come back on MLK back to 41.
Yeah, so currently with the way we looked at with the operator, and we have to make sure that we time it, so it has to meet, that bus still needs to meet with the other routes. So they're proposing coming down Main, taking a left on MLK, coming down to Muhammad Ali, going out to Jefferson, and going basically around that triangle where that silo water tower is, coming back and picking up on the south side of that area. We have looked at on Muhammad Ali or MLK. MLK allows for the bus to exit the travel lanes, and there's a better surface, a flat surface for people to enter the bus. We don't have to do any immediate improvements. We can get a bus stop there almost immediately, and then it would come back down MLK. The problem on MLK that we run into is there is a drainage feature that runs almost the distance of MLK on both sides, and for the bus to pull over there, unless we enter it onto a side street, which will ruin the timing of the bus to meet up with other areas, we would have to do major improvements over that drainage feature so we could have ADA compliance for that bus to put people up there. And if the bus moved over too far and entered that drainage feature, the bus would can't, and people would not have a solid surface to enter onto the bus. So that's the direction that we received from our contractor.
Perfect, thank you.
Commissioner Campbell.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Poole, I appreciate your help on this, and I do understand the logistical challenges that rise when you try to do a project like this, but I appreciate your help on this. Ms. Green, I want to assure you on my behalf that I appreciate your feedback. I appreciate your emails. I want to hear from you. We value your opinion. I value your opinion. I've read every email that you have sent, and I've considered that. You know, sometimes being heard and being listened to isn't the same as getting exactly what you want. But I will assure you that I have heard you, and I value your feedback. Thank you.
Commissioner Norwood.
Yes, I just wanted to say to Ms. Green, I did look into this. Like I told you, I'm not sure where you're seated. I think you're behind somebody. There you are. I did look into this, and I did find out that it was necessarily a safety issue. And I think Mr. Poole described it very well, because I was going to ask him to do that. But I think he described that it's not easy to get on and off the bus in certain areas, and we have to put safety first, as well as getting you the access. So I think we'll work as best we can right now, and maybe we can figure something out a little bit better later.
Commissioner Champion, you're recognized.
I know this area pretty well. I got a couple businesses there. I use all the back roads. What about coming down, I'm not sure where that road is, but by Russell Park, I believe it is, and coming by the train museum, and you come out Brooksville, is there any way to get, or are you putting it at the other end? Are you putting the bus stop way over towards the community center? Or what are you,
yeah, it's we're proposed location right now is near the community center down there. We looked at a few different options, but we wanted to keep the stop on Main in place near housing. So in order to keep the stops in place that we currently have and to add the other stop, the route that we have is about the only way that really works with the timing.
The Brooksville Avenue, where the city depot is, where the DPW is, you come up that road, and they just repaved all that too, even down Smith Street and down the other side. If you came down there, if you had a bus stop right at the end of Brooksville, it would be closed, but you'd be able to loop around and come right back to Main, and you'd be able to make that loop, and you wouldn't have to go all the way down. I'm just a suggestion. The other thing, I wouldn't put it down there by the community center unless something changes with the gatherings, because there's a lot of gatherings there. I don't know how comfortable people are with there's 500 people sitting out by the road, because it always happens out there around, especially weekends and stuff.
Yeah, that was definitely an option or a consideration for the current location as well.
Okay.
And only comment about the other location is this immediate need was to try to get the bus stop in there. Going down on Depot requires the bus doesn't go down there currently now, so that would be a longer route. So we are looking at a route study on the east side of getting the bus from Brooksville to the east side of the community, over to Rich Manor, and we're looking at all the routing. Then there will be significant changes in the routing in the long term, and really this stop was going to be put in that, but we did an immediate request to get a bus routed without changing all the routing. And then lastly, board, just so you're aware, I attend almost 90% of the track meetings and 90% of the community conversation meetings. So 2 meetings a month I'm in the South Brooksville, and I communicate at every meeting all these projects. Thank you.
Okay, Diane Liptek had concerns